Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. It's Amanda here with your 19 rune scope. We have Venus, the goddess of love, here to help us with readings. And of course, the big news is your 19 love rune scopes are now available over on Vimeo channel. You will find the link below. Of course, your 19 yearly rune scope is over there as well. And the 19 career and finance rune scope is there as well. So lots of 19 stuff. Also, part 2 of your rune scope is there this month. A new year means new decks. And my sister got me this beautiful deck for Christmas. It's Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides, Oracle Cards by Stephen D. Farmer and B. Sturgis. I mean, these cards are just gorgeous. I mean, look at this, the artwork on these. So definitely check out, let's see, I just love it. So thanks, sis. But yeah, definitely check out your spiritual guidance reading for free. In conjunction with our runes here on YouTube, I will be using the beautiful Tarot Art Nouveau. This is by Linnea Weatherstone and Antonella Castelli. So let's see what the month of love holds for you. Hey there, Cancer. Let's dive into the rune bag. Get our runes cast for Cancer 19. What's going on with Cancerians? Cancer? What are they doing? Cancers. Almost. There it is. As always, Cancer, keep in mind, these are general readings. What that means is not all of these messages will be for you. Some are going to be for other Cancerians whose circumstance be drastically different from yours. We're all individuals, right? Not everybody's going through the same thing at the same time, no matter if you share a sun sign. That's why I always encourage you to check out the video for your rising sign as well. In fact, the majority of you will find that that's always more specific to you, or as specific as a general reading can get. If you would like something all about you, you need some guidance on your circumstances, the people in your life specifically, people and situations, drop me a line at the email address. It's here in the video also below. 1 hour New Year's sessions will be available through February 28th. Once all the spots are filled, they're filled. So it's 2 full readings looking at all 19 for you. The first half of the year, some time for questions, and then another reading on the second half of the year. So get in touch with me if you want to do that. Of course, the 30-minute session is always available as well. In general, for Cancers, your challenge or focus, we got the Tower in reverse. So this is trying to circumnavigate something. Not a word I use often, but it came to mind. Circumvent, circumnavigate. You're trying to avert a disaster or avert some big, like if this were to happen, it would not be good. Pick up the pieces. You're trying to turn a negative into a positive. This seems to have something to do with secrets or hidden information. A lot of secrets are coming up for everybody in February. Secret relationships, secret communications, people spying, people stalking. Everybody's like undercover in February. I don't know if it's something astrological or not, but so Cancer, you may be trying to, maybe you made a mistake and you're trying to keep someone from finding out about it. You know, you may be trying to keep the secret, or somebody tell you a secret and you're like, oh, why did you tell me this? I don't want to know this. Have you ever had somebody do that to you? I've had that happen. It's like, I don't want to know this. Now, whenever this person's around, I'm going to feel guilty. You know, I mean, it could be that. And so this is, you have a decision to make. Should I tell this person this secret? Or this information that I know? It doesn't mean that maybe this person told you, but maybe you found out accidentally or on purpose. This is something that someone's done before, though, because this rune is here indicating this is somebody who's not learning their lessons. They keep repeating the same mistakes. So, for some of you, maybe that's your challenge in worry. You're like, okay, I I want to figure out why I keep repeating this same mistake in this area of life. And it'll be different which area of life it is for you. Maybe you keep choosing the wrong job, or you keep dating the wrong person, or you keep choosing the wrong friends. You keep trusting the wrong people. Worried it come up and you're like, okay, I'm not falling for this again. I'm going to figure out what the hidden element is so that I can avoid falling into this trap again. So I'm not going to do this. But again, for you, it seems to have to do with secret information. You either trying to keep a secret so that somebody doesn't find out and like it kind of blow up in your face or someone else's face, or you're put in the awkward position of having information. This is reminding me of like, okay, when maybe you're out with your friends, or you're, and this also happened to me. You see someone who is married to someone you care about, or maybe even a member of your family or your friend group or whatever, and they're obviously with someone else. Then you're like, do I tell this other person what I saw? Because, this could totally end their relationship. But at the same time, if I don't tell this person, right, isn't that altogether worse in the long run? Because they're staying with somebody who's going to keep doing this. So I think you have a moral dilemma, Cancer. That would be the heading I'm going to give this. We'll see what more comes out as we move along. And, there's for some of you, it'd be easy. It's just like, this is the right thing to do. It's black and white, but I mean, things in life seldom are, right? You have to consider people's feelings, your feelings, all of that stuff. So, for others of you, you're just trying to keep something secret to kind of maybe protect someone else. Again, maybe you screwed up. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe something has happened with you and someone else and you're already in a relationship and you're like, I don't want to hurt this person. I don't want to damage this relationship. So, but do they have a right to know? Again, it's a moral judgment that when you're in this, only when you're in the situation can you really make it. It just depends, right? In the present energy, this just gets more interesting. More and more interesting, Cancer. We got the Page of Swords. I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords. So this could be an air sign person, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Knights normally bring messages. This knight is the fastest knight in the deck. So, and then need is here. So it's like, this is opposite energy. Let me see what's coming through here with this. So this is like cutting away the BS. You receive a message. If this is not a person, like an air sign individual, an actual person, you get a message or you get news that just cuts away the BS. Like, here's the bottom line. And it may not be the easiest news, honestly, with need. I mean, there is like, this is the darkness before the dawn. This could also be surgery. This could also be somebody recovering from surgery, having to go into surgery in the present. So that would be into February or thereabouts, maybe later in the month, if you're watching this video later in the month. But this is the energy around in the present. Maybe you just found out about whatever this is, that this moral dilemma is, this decision. Need is saying, patience is going to be required. This may not be the easiest time. This may not be the easiest decision to make, but you do have information here. Now, for some of you, this could be like if you're the one with the secret, someone telling someone else your secret. But I mean, whatever happens, it's like, that was supposed to be we're supposed to rip that Band-Aid off again, quickly. Just get it. There's a get it over with energy with this. So it may be difficult in the short term, but it's going to be beneficial in the long term. So, or averting disaster. Again, if it's a surgery or something being actually cut away, it's like, it may not be pleasant. It'd be long recovery, but it's averting the disaster in the long run. This is, that may be hidden from view though. Like at first you'd be like, we don't know if this is going to work. We don't know if this is going to be the solution. And you'd be afraid to hope that this is going to happen. But it does seem like this is, I think it's your challenge to take the steps to avert a disaster and then wait with need. Like, we got to do this and then wait. The help that's going to be available, the Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Recovering, either emotionally, physically. Yeah, Solu, the sun's coming out. We're feeling positive. You're seeing results. You or someone is healing. After a divorce, after a breakup, after finding out about something. It's like we rip the Band-Aid off here. We cut away whatever's not working, and now we're recovering. The secret has come out, or you're sharing the secret. Some of you, you may not be telling the person. Some of you may be telling someone else and be like, hey, I'm going to give this, you doing what someone did to you, Cancer, or sharing what you saw. If like the scenario I gave, you saw someone cheating on someone else or doing something, you'd be like, you tell someone close to them that, will tell them. It's like you'd be hiring someone in a sense, or passing on the information so that they deliver the news. And maybe it's an air sign. And then it's like you just kind of wait to see what's going to happen. So even, if you don't deliver the news yourself, you'd be having it delivered. Now, Cancer, this could also be, like if you're the one that made the mistake, it could be someone telling your spouse, your mate, especially if you are married to an air or with an air sign, and, you were seen with someone else or doing something with someone else or talking to somebody else. Again, it'll be varying degrees. There's some people watching. Some of you have just been texting or talking to somebody online. Maybe an Aquarius, because Aquarius got a similar message. So I'm just going to throw that out there. And, someone else finds out about it and tells your mate. And you're kind of relieved, honestly, even though, it's difficult, even though, this could be the end. It does seem though you have the power to turn this around, especially if it wasn't serious, because again, the more serious it is, the more challenging it's going to be to turn this around in your favor if it was you. But the help is going to, if something does end, the Three of Swords in reverse is saying like, you will get over the breakup. You will, for some of you, maybe you want to leave this relationship and be with this other person. But there's healing and positivity will replace this relatively quickly. For others of you, maybe this is not true. I'm feeling like maybe somebody tells your mate or your partner, or somebody tells you your partner was up to something and it's not true. So again, we got a lot of different messages coming through. If you don't get any clarity on this or more information in your rising sign, definitely drop me a line. We can take a look at it and see exactly how this is working out for just you, instead of all these different and conflicting scenarios that happens in the general reading. Sometimes they're conflicting because the circumstances are different. But this could be like someone telling your partner that you did something and you're like, no, I didn't. It's not true. Wasn't me. Mistaken identity. Maybe they don't believe you, and it takes some convincing. But for you, this is saying, it's like a false betrayal, right? With the Three of Swords in reverse. It's either healing from the past, healing from a breakup, divorce, separation, whatever, or healing from a surgery, healing from a medical procedure, or healing from a lie. This was a fake betrayal. It didn't happen. I wasn't doing that. So what we was saying, be patient, you'll be able, truth is truth. So, what must be accepted is actually fantastic. You have Wunyo and Gifu, which means like joy in partnership, joy in relationship. And the Eight of Swords in reverse. So this is being released from whatever this is, being released from prison, but usually a fake prison. Some of you have somebody, maybe your partner was like, you thought they might go to jail or something. Maybe they were falsely accused of something. Again, there's like, false information. So, But I feel like most of you is like being released from this, like being accused of something you didn't do, or your partner forgives you, or you forgive your partner, or maybe you're finding out like your partner's like, no, I didn't do this. I don't know why they would tell you that. And then you get proof that it was mistaken identity or just an out and out lie. So yeah, lots of mistruths, lies, gossip around. So it's like a check your source kind of situation, right? No matter what you're hearing, you do need to check your source and make sure that it is in fact true for yourself. If you're hearing it from someone else, unless you see something with your own eyes, don't believe it. You're going to have to do some digging, I think, yourself. But yeah, the ultimate is like, if you don't want this relationship to be over, to be done, then it's not. I do feel like if you did maybe screw up and do something in secret, it does seem like if you want your partner to forgive you and be okay with it, you're going to be able to avert that disaster. Others of you want out of this relationship so you can be with someone else, right? You'd be released from a relationship. You'd be released from a situation that was keeping you trapped, keeping you bound. You felt like it wasn't working for you. And again, it happened very, very quickly. All the planets are moving forward in worry, which is such a different energy from what we were experiencing most of last year with everything retrograde. So now it's like, and especially with the Knight of Swords, it's like, quick. One day things are one way, and the next day it's like topsy-turvy, everything's upside down. So, and then the next day it's back again. So, but yeah, there's happiness and joy in partnership. There's happiness and joy for your partner. There's good news for some of you around a health issue for you or your partner. I'm seeing a lot of joy and happiness within partnership and for, especially if you're married. But yeah, I think some of you are kind of being freed from an existing partnership so you can be happy with someone else. Yeah, again, like a separation or a divorce, but one that you wanted. Maybe you've been waiting on somebody to sign the papers and like make something final so that you can move on with somebody you've been with for quite some time. Maybe you've been separated for a long time and this person just won't sign the papers. Maybe they were incarcerated or something. And, for whatever reason, you couldn't talk to them or get them to sign the papers or whatever. Or maybe they were falsely accused of something, had some legal problems. Maybe they were even, sent to prison for something they didn't do, and now they're getting out and you're reunited. So, wow, a lot of different messages. The outcome is the Six of Cups in reverse. So, the past is done, the past is over, and worry. You're looking to the future. We're not gonna dwell on the past. And you're not interested in the partnership that you're in. If you're staying in it, you're not interested in things continuing the way that they were. It does seem like, hey, let's make a new start. This could be the new start in an existing partnership. It is also not going back to the past or past patterns. So if there is an ex contacting you, or maybe they were the one that was contacting you and you're with somebody else and you're just like, no, I'm not going back to the past, this newer person, or even if you're single and somebody's contacting you from the past and before they made you feel just really trapped or unhappy, you're like, no, I'm not going to repeat the patterns from the past, because that was your challenge too. Again, for some of you, it's like, I don't want to keep repeating the same mistakes. So everything that I used to do, I'm going to do the opposite way. I'm certainly not going to go back to somebody who made me feel less than, or made me feel bad about myself, or made me distrust them or abuse trust. I'm just not going to do that. Or I'm not going to go back to somebody who took me for granted. I'm just kind of done with the past. I'm ready to start a future. Some of you with somebody new. You're cutting ties with the past in some way. You're not seeing it. Sometimes when we look back on the past, when this is in the upright, it is just kind of the rose-colored glasses and looking back at the past, or very feeling this sense of innocence and just naivete and only seeing the good things, remembering the good times. but not really thinking about the bad times. This is like, I have no illusions. I'm no longer that innocent, naive child or younger person that I used to be. The rose-colored glasses, I pitched in the garbage, and I remember the bad stuff. In fact, I remember those times very well, and I'm not gonna repeat that. I'm gonna cut ties with that and remember things the way they really were, rather than the way I wanted them to be, or just when it was good. So that's what I see here, Cancer. Interesting reading for you. You got a lot of good runes here, though. And really, honestly, whatever this challenge is, I think you're going to overcome whatever this is. Or, if there is a breaking away or an unexpected thing that happens that kind of rocks your world or someone else's, it's for the best. It's time for this person or you to cut away the past and totally move forward with a whole new lease on life. But meet me over on Vimeo. As I mentioned, I'm going to shuffle the messages from your Animal Spirit Guides Oracle, and we'll see what further guidance we can get about whatever this is and your best course of action in dealing with the energies of fairy. That link is below. Of course, don't forget your teen love reading is over there, as well as all the other teen goodies. Be sure to check those out while you're there. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you back here next month.